What if Order 66 failed in Revenge of the Sith? Let's explore the depths of it in the video. War gripped Coruscant. Above the city, Republic forces clashed with Separatist armadas as Obi Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker flew headlong into the chaos. Their mission, rescue Chancellor Palpatine, held aboard General Grievous' flagship. They boarded the Invisible Hand, fought through waves of droids, and reached the Chancellor, chained between Count Dooku and two MagnaGuards. Obi Wan fell early in the duel. Anakin faced Dooku alone. Obi Wan lies unconscious at the edge of the chamber. Anakin stands over a handless Count Dooku, lightsaber at his throat. Chancellor Palpatine watches, eyes gleaming.
Kill him, Anakin. Now, finish it.
Dooku's eyes flutter open. Pain, confusion, then clarity. With a rasp, he speaks directly to Anakin.
You don't see it yet, Skywalker, but the true threat isn't me. It's the man who commands us all. Ask yourself, who created an army that answers to a single voice? Who benefits when the Jedi are stretched thin across the galaxy at war?
Anakin's hands tremble.
He has contingencies for every outcome, for every loyalty. Beware the commands you cannot hear.
Anakin's gaze flicks to the clone ships outside. Palpatine's cold encouragement to kill Dooku now feels like thunder rolling through Anakin's mind.
It's an order. Kill him now.
His tone shifts, colder, more commanding. There is no coercion in his words, only an irresistible permission. The command reverberates through every hidden corner of Anakin's fear and anger. Dooku coughs blood, manages a bitter smile.
Treachery is the way of the Sith.
Anakin steels himself and activates his saber. The blade falls. In the wake of Dooku's death, Anakin felt the ground shift beneath him. Though praised as a hero, Dooku's dying warning of hidden commands and unseen betrayal haunted him. Palpatine's compliments rang hollow as Anakin returned more fractured than ever. Each night, visions of Padme's death tore through his sleep, her voice pleading, her hand slipping away. Every moment apart from her felt unbearable, every smile masking growing dread. The Force whispered to him in fragments, "He will betray you. Kill the Jedi." Palpatine's influence and Dooku's caution blurred into a single agonizing truth. He would have to choose between Padme and the Republic. Haunted and desperate, Anakin sat beside Palpatine in the galaxy's opera house as the Chancellor spoke of Darth Plagueis, the Sith who could cheat death. The seed was planted. The scene led to Palpatine's eventual reveal to Anakin that he was a Sith Lord. Reeling, Anakin raced back to the Jedi Temple and faced Mace Windu. Struggling to hold himself together, he gave a single devastating answer.
Give up his power. I've just learned a terrible truth. I think Chancellor Palpatine is a Sith Lord.
A Sith Lord?
Yes, the one we've been looking for.
Without hesitation, Mace gathered Kit Fisto, CC-Teen, and Ajen Kalar. As the four masters prepared to arrest Palpatine, Windu turned to Anakin and ordered him to stay behind. The Supreme Chancellor's private chambers are bathed in red and shadow. Outside, the vast Durasteel windows. Coruscant's night glows dim behind torrential rain. Lightning cracks. Palpatine stands cornered, disheveled but smirking. On the far end, Mace Windu holds his purple lightsaber inches from the Chancellor's throat. Behind him, 3 Jedi Masters lie dead. Anakin Skywalker bursts in.
Master Windu, stop!
Mace doesn't turn. His jaw is locked, eyes burning with righteous fury.
He's too dangerous to be left alive.
Palpatine wheezes, hunched like a cornered beast.
He controls the Senate, the courts. He'll never be convicted.
We need him alive. He's up to something.
He's having the vision again. He is not in his senses for a moment. Mace's brow furrows, a flicker of hesitation.
What are you talking about?
Palpatine seizes the moment. His voice transforms into a venomous snarl.
Execute Order 66.
The command pulses outward like a shockwave. Dark, surgical, undeniable. Somewhere far away, clones begin to turn. Anakin freezes. That phrase, Order 66. He remembered Dooku's words that they will turn on you. The hidden command. Dooku was telling the truth, after all. He doesn't have much time. He has to do what he can right now. But what? He doesn't know what's happening. What did Palpatine just say? But deep down, he has the Force guiding him, telling him to trust his instincts. Right at this moment, he feels lighter than ever. All of a sudden, Anakin lunges past Mace and rips Palpatine's emergency comlink from his belt. Palpatine snarls, but before he can stop him...
This is General Skywalker. Override code Skywalker Alpha 1. All clone units, stand down. The Chancellor is a traitor. Do not fire on Jedi. I repeat, do not execute the order.
Mace spins around, stunned. Palpatine growls.
You fool. You don't know what you're...
Anakin smashes the emergency override console behind the desk. The signal widens, now broadcasting across the military comm grid, flagged with his rank and Jedi clearance.
All units, override the last command. This is a false directive from a compromised source. Repeat, protect your Jedi generals. The Republic has been deceived.
Static. Hisses of confusion scatter through the channel. Clone voices begin to answer, fractured, hesitant.
Negative. Repeat. Negative on Order 66. General Skywalker confirms. This is Captain Rex. I'm initiating lockdown protocol. Jedi not hostile. I repeat, Jedi not hostile. Sir, General Window gave no such command. Something's wrong.
Anakin's message is out. The control pulse has been fractured. Across the galaxy, battalions now split. Some frozen in uncertainty, some resisting the command entirely. Across the stars, the Chancellor's command echoed through the clone battalions. Execute Order 66. It should have been absolute, but something in the signal faltered, cracked, and not all followed. On Felucia, Hyla Sakura strolled peacefully through the glowing underbrush. She turned, sensed something, then blaster fire cut her down before a word left her lips. On Maigito, Kiarimundi led a charge across icy bridges, but his men slowed, rifles rising. He turned just in time to meet betrayal face first. Above Cato Nemoidia, Plo Koon's starfighter banged through clouds. Static cut across his comm. Then his own wingmate fired. Fireball. Silence. But not everywhere did the order strike true. On Utapau's cliffs, Cody received the order, Palpatine's voice chilling and sharp. But then another signal broke the static. Order 66 is a lie. This is Skywalker. Repeat. Cody froze. That voice, Skywalker's. Others didn't hear it. He hesitated, then fired, but Kenobi was already gone, diving from the cliff, lost in smoke. On Kashyyyk, Yoda stood in silent meditation. Behind him, Gree raised his rifle, but another clone tackled him, yelling, "Wait!" Blasters lit the jungle. Some clones turned on each other. Yoda leapt into the chaos as the Wookiees roared into the firestorm. Order 66 had begun, but it would not end as the Sith had planned. It has not broken the Jedi, but it has broken the army, and the war begins again, this time from within. Palpatine uses the Force to grab a second lightsaber hiding in his office and ignites his crimson blade.
This is the end of the Jedi.
He lunges, savage, fast. Mace steps forward to meet him, undaunted. Anakin joins at his side. They clash in a storm of light and fury. Mace and Anakin move as one, pressing the Sith back. Sparks burst across red marble as sabers screech and collide. Palpatine is relentless, but outmatched. Then, Anakin drives a bold strike through Palpatine's defenses, disarming him. His saber clatters to the floor. Mace raises his own, ready to end it.
Now, Skywalker. End this.
But Anakin hesitates, frozen, breathing hard. His thoughts flood with Padme, her cries, her death.
We need him alive.
He's too dangerous. You heard the command. He just triggered the purge.
If we kill him, we lose our only chance to undo it.
Mace stares at him, unmoving. Palpatine hunched, bleeding, smiles in the silence.
Still the loyal apprentice.
Suddenly, blast doors burst open. Clone troopers storm in, but chaos follows. They're not coordinated. Some fire on Mace and Anakin, others fire on their own men. Bolts fly, screams echo. The Force is drowned in war. Mace dives for cover. Anakin deflects a hail of shots, his focus splintering. Palpatine seizes the moment. He rolls behind his desk, slamming a hidden panel. A narrow lift shaft opens. Anakin sees him. Too late. The Sith vanishes into shadow. A hooded figure, Yoda, moves like a shadow through firelight, cutting down attacking clones with swift, silent precision. Each motion is deliberate, controlled, devastating. Elsewhere on a smoldering Coruscant platform, Obi Wan's image flickers to life over Mace Windu's wrist comm, his face drawn and desperate.
Mace, what happened? The clones turned on us. Some broke rank. Some didn't. I barely escaped. The Order's collapsing.
We've been betrayed, but not destroyed. Not yet.
Anakin stands nearby, outside the shattered wreckage of the Chancellor's private office. The Durasteel walls are blackened. clone bodies, Senate guards, wrecked furniture, all strewn across the floor. Smoke curls from the scorched ceiling. Mace leans heavily against a broken support beam, clutching his wounded side.
He's gone.
Because you let him go.
Anakin doesn't flinch. His eyes are hollow, haunted. He does not want to tell Mace the real reason. He hesitates.
If I'd killed him then, we'd have no evidence. Now the whole Republic heard his voice. The Order. The Purge. He exposed himself.
Mace stares at him, his jaw tight.
You gambled the galaxy on a confession.
I gambled for time.
Silence stretches between them. Far across the city, the Jedi Temple looms, battered, but still standing. Distant fires flicker against its marble columns, and across the stars, Jedi voices echo through fractured holocom channels. Some cry for aid, some warn others, some fall silent mid-sentence. The Republic is not fallen, but the knife is in. Smoke coils around the Jedi Temple's great spires as Coruscant's sun breaks over the ruins. Light on stone, fire and shadow. Inside, the war has only just begun. Blaster fire echoes through the grand stone corridors. Sacred grounds now desecrated by panic and betrayal. Clone units, once shoulder to shoulder, now turn on each other without warning. Some refuse the order entirely, others execute it blindly. A young Padawan lies unconscious near the archives, his lightsaber lost. Over him stands a temple guard, blade drawn, shielding him from advancing troopers.
Fall back to the council chamber! Shield the younglings!
The clash of boots and sabers grows louder. In the central rotunda, Jedi Knight Sindralig prepares a furious barrage of fire. A bolt grazes his shoulder, but he doesn't slow. Behind him, a group of terrified initiates flee down a hidden passage.
Buy them time, then regroup with the survivors in the hangar.
Further below, Master Yoda descends into the chaos with calm precision. His saber hums like a whisper of death. He disables clone after clone, with no rage but purpose. Only when attacked with lethal intent does he strike to kill. A fallen knight's hand twitches near a shattered holocron. Yoda pauses, his ears twitching to distant cries of pain and betrayal.
And this is not only the beginning, it is.
Elsewhere, aboard a refugee freighter above Corellia, Obi Wan Kenobi leans over a cracked holotransmitter. His robes are torn, his eyes heavy, but his voice remains steady.
This is Obi Wan Kenobi. If you're receiving this, the Jedi Order has suffered a catastrophic betrayal.
Static interrupts. He adjusts the signal. A faint connection stabilizes, revealing holograms of surviving Jedi across the galaxy, some injured, some hiding.
We are scattered, but not defeated. Find allies. Trust no clones unless confirmed free of the control chip. The Republic is fractured. We must endure until the darkness lifts.
From his side, a burned and bruised Mace Windu steps into view.
We've lost Coruscant. We've lost the Senate. But the Force hasn't abandoned us. We fight on.
Start with the Temple survivors, then the Outer Rim.
A moment of silence stretches across the stars. Then, one by one, Jedi voices break through the void. Some trembling with fear, others heavy with grief, and a few with quiet determination. Scattered across battlefields and hiding places, they speak, not in unity, but in survival. A dozen fading lights clinging to a galaxy spiraling into chaos. Padme Amidala addresses what remains of the Senate. Hollow chambers, scattered delegates, rising fear.
Chancellor Palpatine has vanished. The Jedi have not taken power. They've barely survived.
Boos erupt from loyalist delegates. Bail Organa rises in defense.
We are the Republic. Not a shadow army. Not a ghost chancellor. The Senate must decide. Does it serve the people or a phantom?
Tensions linger. The chamber fractures, like everything else. Deep beneath the surface of Coruscant, in a forgotten sanctuary carved beneath ancient foundations, a circle of candles flickers in a defiance of the shadows. The walls are lined with worn etchings, remnants of Jedi history long buried beneath the city's durasteel sprawl. Mace Windu stood at the chamber's center, shoulders hunched under the weight of betrayal. Yoda hovered nearby, eyes closed, attuned to the tremors in the Force.
Palpatine must be stopped before he issues another command. We cannot wait.
Anakin burst through the doors, cloak damp, eyes burning with urgency.
Waiting is killing Jedi, and it will kill Padme. Every moment we hesitate, he tightens his grip.
Patience, young Skywalker. Reckless haste blinds the mind.
I've seen her dying in my dreams. If I don't find Palpatine now, there won't be a tomorrow for her, or the Republic.
He hesitates, then continues. He explains to them how Dooku warned him and told him about the truth, but he didn't want to believe him, and now he was so confused with everything. Mace's gaze softened with concern and warning.
Then why didn't you come to us?
Anakin looks at him, torn.
Because I didn't know what was real. And because if I was wrong, I would have destroyed everything.
You almost did already. Look around you.
I'm going to find him. I'm going to kill him.
We need a plan, not panic.
Anakin slammed a fist against the grated table.
A plan won't save anyone. I need to act. Alone, if I must.
Silence fell. Yoda watched as Mace studied Anakin's clenched jaw.
You risk more than your life. You risk everything we stand for.
Anakin's breath caught. He met Mace's eyes, torn between duty and desperation. With a final glare, he turned and swept from the chamber, leaving only the echo of his footsteps, and a rift widening at the heart of the Jedi Order. In the panicked Senate rotunda, flickering holograms buzz from distant systems as fear grips the chamber. Padme Amidala stands firm at the central dais, her voice clear and defiant as she calls for unity over fear. High above, hidden in shadow, Anakin watches beside Mace Windu. His eyes aren't angry, they're pleading. Desperation clouds his face as Padme speaks below. Beside him, Mace remains still, unreadable. In that quiet moment, trust begins to slip. Thin, fraying threads caught between war, love, and duty.
Senators, all loyal to peace. The Chancellor is missing. Not because of Jedi aggression, but because he abandoned his post during a crisis he caused.
Murmurs begin to spread as Padme continues.
We were told this was a Jedi conspiracy, but evidence says otherwise. Unexplained clone behavior, suppressed data. We were led into chaos.
Bail Organa stands beside her, projecting calm authority.
Delegates, where was your Chancellor? When clones turned on their masters, when cities burned.
Order! Order!
This is not political theater. This is survival. Either we restore the Republic, or we watch it die to authoritarian decree.
Bail nods, turning toward the Senate leadership.
We propose formation of a provisional committee, led by senators, not Jedi or military. Let the galaxy speak.
What about the clone army? Without central control, they're a threat.
Decentralization is our only defense. Rogue elements exist, yes. But autocracy, like we saw today, that's the true danger.
A ripple of debate spreads. Some senators push to strengthen central authority. Others, shaken, begin retracting emergency powers. High above, Anakin watches Padme in silence. Mace Windu stands beside him. No words are exchanged, but between them, trust quietly begins to crack. In a shadow-drenched war room lit only by the dull pulse of red emergency lamps, Palpatine stands motionless, his hood drawn low. At his sides loom two silent, dark acolytes, faces obscured, red circuitry glowing faintly beneath their skin. Before them, a holotable hums to life, casting spectral blue outlines of planetary systems into the stale air. Felucia, Kashyyyk, Magito, and Mustafar all blink with strategic markers. Palpatine's eyes scan them coldly, methodically, as if weighing entire worlds in his grasp. He speaks no commands, only watches, and around him, the silence is obedient.
Disruption is a tool. We will sow discord. We will embolden clones to support the Senate's fear, so they beg for our protection.
Holoships launch on screen. Rapid raids on supply depots, sabotage on Republic lines, dark propaganda vectored through holonets.
And the Senate, they will ask for salvation. And in that vacuum, we will place ourselves, not as conquerors, but as guardians.
In the shadowed depths of Coruscant's underlevels, a group of scavenger droids unearth a scorched Sith holocron. Its data partially corrupted, as if by design. The artifact pulsed weakly, triggering a low-frequency signal. Anakin intercepted it first, his personal security sweep catching the anomaly before it hit official channels. He decrypted fragments on his own, brow furrowed as Sith runes flickered across the console. Later, that same signal reached the Jedi Council's encrypted archives queue, silent, fragmented, and meant to be found. Inside a dim Jedi briefing room, Obi Wan frowns over the fractured transmission. Yoda meditating nearby.
Why broadcast Sith star charts now? Unless it's bait.
Mace Windu steps forward from the shadows, arms folded.
Bait meant for him.
In Anakin's quarters, he receives the same data from a different route, through a stolen Separatist feed. As the dark glyphs swirl across the display, a word pulses from within the chaos. Mustafar. Anakin whispers it aloud, eyes distant. At a quiet starport along the outer rim, R2-D2 finishes loading a compact stealth cruiser under the haze of pre-dawn light. Anakin moves up the ramp, his expression unreadable, not haunted by guilt, but steeled by conviction. Footsteps echo behind him. Padme rushes toward the platform, with Bail Organa close at her side, urgency in every step. Padme's voice cuts through the stillness, trembling with urgency.
Anakin, what are you doing?
She rushes to him, wind catching the folds of her robe. Her face is pale with fear, eyes searching for some sign of hesitation. But Anakin doesn't flinch.
This might be the only way to save you. I've seen it, Padme. The dreams are getting worse. But this time, I have a path.
Behind her, Bail Organa slows to a halt. He looks between them, between love and war, between duty and instinct, and then steps forward carefully.
We can help. You don't need to walk into the dark alone.
Anakin shakes his head. His voice is quiet, but there's iron beneath it.
No. If I wait for approval, she dies. If I'm wrong, at least I tried.
A silence settles, the kind of silence that hangs just before a choice that can't be undone. Padme doesn't cry. She simply looks at him, then speaks, not with desperation, but devotion.
Then let me come with you.
Anakin stares at her, half in protest, half in gratitude.
I can't stop you, can I?
She moves without another word, stepping onto the ramp. He follows. The cruiser begins to stir with power. Behind them, Obi Wan appears, drawn by a message, or by instinct. Bail turns to him, voice low but intense.
If we lose him, we may lose everything.
Obi Wan says nothing. He watches Anakin disappear into the ship, then quietly makes his way to another fighter nearby. He does not speak, but he follows. Far above, in Mustafar's orbit, the stars fade behind the looming shadows of the molten planet. Anakin's ship drops from hyperspace, engines trailing cold flame. Red light bathes the cockpit, where Padme clutches her stomach, troubled by more than the child she carries.
This place... it feels wrong.
Then we're close.
The cruiser descends toward a cracked facility nestled in blackened stone. The hangar doors creak open, too easily. Inside, no guards, no alarms, just corridors bathed in ember-like glow, pulsing with heat and humming machinery. They step into silence. The trap has already begun to breathe. Deep within the bowels of the Mustafar facility, Palpatine stands before a massive Sith holocron. Shadows flicker across his hooded face as he presses both hands to the control node. A pulse of crimson energy ripples outward, silent, alive, igniting the chamber with ancient power.
Now the blade must choose its hilt.
High above the volcanic world, space fractures into chaos. Mustafar's sky is smeared with smoke. Lava churns across the plains like veins beneath a wounded world. A lone Naboo shuttle pierces through the ash-filled sky, descending fast toward Mustafar's scorched surface. Inside, Anakin grips the controls, face pale, eyes sunken but burning with purpose. Behind him, a Sith holocron pulses red, whispering promises, showing flashes of pain. Padme screaming, a lifeless child, blood on his hands. He closes his eyes, steadying his breath.
This ends here.
The shuttle slams onto an obsidian ridge. The world outside rumbles, waiting. Anakin enters the core sanctum, where molten rivers carve red light across Sith stone. The heat is a physical blow. There is no throne, only a pedestal of jagged obsidian, and standing at its edge, bathed in flickering flame, is Darth Sidious. His face is shadowed beneath his hood, but a cruel smile is visible in the hellish glow.
You came.
Anakin's lightsaber hisses to life, its blue blade a stark defiance in the crimson chamber.
You manipulated me. Manipulated all of us.
Palpatine steps forward, his movements unnervingly calm and powerful.
I prepared you. I forged you. The Jedi feared your power. I would have unleashed it. My plan was perfect until you shattered it. Now that imperfection must be burned away by the Force.
He lifts one hand, and the Force hits not like a hammer, but like a collapsing mountain. The obsidian floor cracks and shatters, and Anakin is hurled backward, slamming into a wall of humming machinery. As he gasps for air, the world dissolves around him.
You feel it, don't you? The fear, the rot. She is slipping away because of you. Your love is a poison, Skywalker. A weakness I tried to burn out of you.
The air shimmers, and the dark side bleeds into reality. Anakin sees Padme, not in a vision, but standing before him, her face pale with terror. Illusion of Padme. Why, Anakin? Why did you let him do this to us? Then he sees his mother, Shmi, her face racked with the pain of his failure. You let me die. You will leave her too. Anakin cries out, shattering the illusions with a wave of his own power. He ignites a second saber, his own, and with two blades burning, he charges. The clash detonates like a supernova. Sparks fly as Palpatine meets his assault with a single crimson blade. His style, a whirlwind of elegant, sadistic precision. They battle across the precarious landscape, their duel a blur of motion. Palpatine doesn't parry. He toys with him, his laughter echoing through the chaos.
You came seeking answers, but all you'll find here is what you already are. A frightened boy afraid of the dark.
With a flick of his wrist, Palpatine gestures to the rivers of lava. The molten rock surges upward like a crashing wave. Anakin and Palpatine duel on the rapidly cooling, crackling surface of the Magna itself. Palpatine is untouchable, dancing on the parapet of doom while Anakin struggles for purchase. He hurls lightning, raw and blinding. Anakin blocks, but the surge flings him back onto a catwalk, smoke rising from his tunic. Suddenly, another blade hums, a flash of blue. Obi Wan lands between them, his cloak scorched, his face a mask of grim determination. He holds his saber defensively, his eyes on both combatants.
It's over, Chancellor.
Palpatine's smile widens into a monstrous grin.
Kenobi, come to die with your failure? No, it's only the beginning.
The battle becomes a three-way storm. Palpatine is more than their match. He is a force of nature. He drives them back, his crimson blade a blur, force-shoving pieces of the crumbling facility at them. With a seismic roar of power, he shatters the catwalk they fight on, sending them leaping to separate, drifting platforms of rock and steel over the churning lava below.
You were never his master, Kenobi. You were his cage. I was the key.
Lightning crackles again, forking through the air. Anakin redirects it with a saber spin, shielding Obi-Wan. But Palpatine is no ordinary foe. He lets out a guttural scream, and a wave of pure dark energy rips through the chamber. Obi-Wan is thrown against a far wall, buried under a pile of collapsing grinders, his lightsaber skidding out of reach. Anakin is alone again. Palpatine walks forward, lightning coalescing around his fingertips, his voice a venomous whisper.
She will die. Her fate was sealed the moment you loved her, but you can still have power. Her death will be your final lesson. Strike me down and take your place, and you will have the strength to ensure no one can ever defy you again. Or you can die with your precious master. Choose.
Anakin looks at Obi-Wan, slumped, helpless. He looks at the sneering Sith Lord, and he decides. He steps forward, between Palpatine and Obi-Wan. He sheathes his sabers.
No more.
Fool. You can't stop me.
I don't have to stop you. I just have to stand in your way.
The lightning blasts forward in a torrent of pure hatred. Anakin raises both hands and absorbs it. The pain is apocalyptic. His skin blisters, his hair stands on end, and the sound is of the world tearing apart. The very force trembles as the dark power crashes into him, seeking to corrupt and destroy, but finding only a wall of sheer will. He is not fighting it. He is containing it. He is a shield. He does not fail. Obi-Wan watches, horrified, awestruck. Palpatine, enraged, intensifies the storm, his face a mask of disbelief.
You were to be my vessel, my heir, my sword, and you choose them. Choose weakness.
Anakin falls to his knees, arms shaking, his body scorched from the inside out. But he holds the line. Seeing this ultimate act of sacrifice, Obi-Wan, bloodied and limping, forces himself to his feet. With a desperate cry, he calls his saber to his hand and lunges from the debris.
Why won't you just die?
Padme ran towards Anakin. On seeing her, Palpatine stops. She dropped to her knees beside Anakin's battered form, cradling his head on her lap. He lay gasping, consciousness flickering like a dying star.
Anakin! Anakin, listen to me. You're not this monster they fear. You're a good person, a loving husband. Remember, don't lose yourself.
Palpatine steps forward with an evil smile on his face, hands behind his back, for now.
How touching. The great Senator Amidala risking her life for the chosen one. You and your precious family drama, always interfering with destiny.
You won't hurt him. Or me. The Force is stronger than your hatred.
He raised his hand, dark energy crackling at his fingertips.
You've been nothing but a thorn in my side, Senator. Always the meddling one. You and your love. Weaknesses I will crush.
Your destiny is death, Palpatine. Even your own creations betrayed you.
Palpatine's smile twisted into rage.
Enough!
He thrusts both hands forward, unleashing a torrent of force lightning that smashed into the rocky floor beneath them. His fingers crackled with malice as he turned his fury on her. A bolt of dark energy whipped toward Padme, bright as the lava below.
Die, you.
Obi Wan's saber, blazing, dove in to shield Padme as the blast scattered usurped power into the churning lava below. The two lock in a vicious, blinding exchange over Anakin's kneeling form. Anakin, still half conscious, felt Padme's hand warm against his cheek, and in that spark of connection, found the strength to rise once more.
You never learned, Kenobi. Mercy is your flaw.
No. That's why I'm still standing.
Their sabers crash again, locked, and in that frozen heartbeat, Anakin rises. His face is a ruin of burns and pain, but his eyes are clear. His saber ignites with a steady, solemn hum. Palpatine tries to turn, his eyes widening in panic. With a calm born of absolute certainty, Anakin drives his blade through Sidious's back, straight through his heart. The lightning dies. The scream is brief, a wet, choked sound. Palpatine gasps, the dark energy around him flickering and dying.
You were always mine, Skywalker.
His last breath rattles in his throat.
And you still
are. Anakin leans in close, his voice a final, resolute vow.
No. I'm free.
He pulls the saber out. Sidious crumples forward, lifeless, an empty vessel. The immense pressure in the Force vanishes. Only the roar of the lava and the hum of the dying machinery remain. Anakin collapses beside him, steam raising from his wounds. Padme rushes in, cloak whipping in the firestorm, falling to her knees and gathering Anakin into her arms. He's alive, barely. Obi Wan steps forward, watches. The war, the shadow, Sidious, is over. Anakin's eyes barely open.
Padme.
I'm here.
She touches his face gently. No fear in her, only the heartbreak and grace.
I saw you dying. In fire. In pain.
I would've. But you turned back. You broke free.
Obi-Wan kneels beside them.
She lives because you stopped him, Anakin. You didn't let him finish what he started.
Anakin breathes in, painful, but steady.
I thought I needed the dark to save you.
Padme's tears fall on his chest.
You only needed yourself. Just to come back.
Beneath the pale Coruscant dawn, Padme's labored breath gave way to the first cries of Luke and Leia, a gentle herald of new beginnings. Exhausted but radiant, she pressed her children close as Obi-Wan stood sentinel at the pod's entrance. His calm presence, a promise that their father would know of their safety. Far above, in the Senate chambers, Mon Mothma rose to the dais as interim chancellor, her measured voice knitting together a fractured republic. Under her guidance, senators debated the fate of the clone legions. When the final vote passed, veterans like Rex and Cody laid down their helmets and chose civilian lives, planting seeds of renewal on worlds scarred by war. On Coruscant's marble steps, Yoda and Mace Windu reopened the Jedi Temple to survivors, transforming its grand halls from battlegrounds to sanctum. Lightsabers were carried now as symbols of protection, and training focused on healing wounds, both physical and political. The Jedi spread across the galaxy as diplomats, teachers, and guardians of peace. In the quiet shadow of exile, Anakin and Padme build their home on a remote world, raising Luke and Leia away from the spotlight. Each night, Padme whispers stories of courage, while Anakin, his scars a testament to sacrifice, taught them that love could be stronger than fear. The sun sets on a galaxy forever changed. That's our theory. The Star Wars universe is a galaxy filled with exciting stories and possibilities, and we love exploring them. If you'd like to join us on this journey to a galaxy far, far away, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.